Hello, welcome to the second day of our web developer course in 30 days from scratch. Actually, welcome to a supplement to this course, because the course itself will not be conducted on YouTube. And where it will be conducted, you have it explained in the description of this video. However, here we will discuss the additional materials at the end of each section of the course, which will be every other day. Additional materials that may be useful for everyone. Course participants and our YouTube viewers. The course itself lasts 30 days. There are 15 sections. Each section should take you 2 days of work. But of course you can shorten this time if you have the option. On the other hand, try to keep the pace of work and learning so that one section of the course does not take you more than 2 days. In addition, there will be extra YouTube videos that are really worth watching, although it is not necessary to complete the course. This is the first from the 6 stages in a from scratch to work as a front-end developer project. So in this stage we learn the basics. I direct this course to the total beginners. So we will be seeing each other for 30 days every other day on YouTube. And I will try to make the YouTube additional videos useful and interesting for everyone, both for the course participants and the YouTube viewers. The first section of our course, which include day 1 and 2, was a 2-hour meeting. And I will briefly discuss what we did in these first 2 days. We have configured our development environment. Among other things, we have installed several browsers. The most important ones are Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Opera, and the mobile version of Chrome. Additionally, you can install developer versions of Chrome and Firefox, which is Google Canary and Firefox Nightly and Developer Edition. These versions have many future features that are not yet implemented in ordinary browsers. And at this stage we will not use them yet, but volunteers can check these browsers if they want. Optionally, we can also install Internet Explorer 11, which is no longer supported by Microsoft, Safari and mobile versions of the other browsers on your smartphone. It's good to have as many browsers as possible on different devices, so you can check for yourself how our websites are displayed in different resolutions. We have also installed a code editor. We chose Visual Studio Code for our course, though we briefly covered a few others. Which code editor you choose doesn't really matter at this stage. But if you are a beginner, it would be good if you have everything in the code editor as I do. It will definitely be more helpful. We also started using Visual Studio Code's built-in extension called EMMET. EMMET lets you write code faster and you should start using it from the very beginning. EMMET is useful for both HTML and CSS. It's good to know that the same EMMET shortcut does different things in HTML and CSS file. EMMET is especially useful at the beginning when we create the tags. Instead of opening the tag with the angle bracket, closing using the slash for that, we can just put P or div on the keyboard and hit enter. It is also less error prone as EMMET will always open and close the tag for us. Besides, we don't need to remember which tags are self-closing because EMMET knows it and does it for us as well. In CSS, EMMET is also useful, especially when you get to know a bit about the properties and want to write them down faster. The most useful EMMET shortcut in HTML file is the exclamation mark and tab. It creates the basic structure of the HTML document, the one you see on this slide. We can also create more advanced things with EMMET. At this stage it may seem very complicated for you, but believe me, it will be normal for you after this course. What I would like you to remember today is that by entering this shortcut in HTML file, which is in yellow color, we will create in our HTML file such a navigation structure on our website. At this stage we don't need to know any advanced shortcuts, but it's worth to use EMMET in the simplest cases, especially with the tags. We will avoid many mistakes and we will write more efficiently. The second extension and the first one we had to install ourselves was Beautify. Beautify helps us to make our code cleaner and more readable. How does it do it? For example, by correctly formatting our file structure. Our code may look different as you write it. Sometimes we add something, sometimes we delete something, sometimes we forget to add an indent, and sometimes we make too much indentation. Our code will work the same in both cases, but with correct formatting it will be more eye-friendly. We configure it up to format our file structure after each save, which shortcut is Ctrl+S on your keyboard. We also went deeper in the HTML in the first section. We deciphered the meaning of hypertext markup language. We got to know its history, basic principles, and semantics. We learned a little about CSS, DOM, and HTTP. There was also some practice. We wrote our first website. At the very end of this section, I have a 2-question quick test for you. The first question is, what does HTML stand for? You can pause this video to think about it. Ready? It's a hypertext markup language. It is good to remember this. The second question. Define HTML, what it is, and what it does in 1 sentence. A moment for you to think about it. And here's my answer. HTML is a way of creating a website structure based on a markup language and connecting independent websites or texts and elements using hyperlinks. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for this meeting. If you did a course with me today, I hope you did well and you enjoyed it. We see you tomorrow to continue the course, and the day after tomorrow on YouTube in the next bonus material. Thanks again and see you soon.